Right, I'm going to read something out for you. In fact, I'm going to have a sip of my arm brew first.
You all saw that animation, didn't you, when the super chat came on then, hey? Because I'm just...
You're bigging yourself up. You don't even know why it started working again.
No. I don't know what broke it, and I don't know why it's working again, no.
Right, I want to read this, yeah, and I just want you to keep some of this in your head. I realise how old I look poking. I don't know what any of these fucking buttons do.
I have been on the internet again.
I have seen things on the internet and then mislaid them. No, I'm going to read this for you. YouTube, these I'm reading. These are not my words. Anonymous said, of course they were anonymous, "Fuck you, you turf. How can a 15-year-old be so fucking bigoted and transphobic? I can't believe..." Was this written by you, Graham? They used the lowercase I. "I can't believe you don't think I can be a woman, just because I have a What the fuck? You won't be saying my girl isn't really female when I'm using your young turf as a cum dump. You will fucking bow to my girl dick. You will fucking choke on my girl dick. Fuck you." Keep that in mind. There are many more posts like that. Just keep that in place. Are you ready to lose this monetization, Graham?
Well, it was a nice 20 quid whilst it lasted.
Now, first of all, hate crimes. Before there's a hate crime, there's a hate incident, which Sarah Phillimore, if you remember when we had Sarah and was explaining she's fighting against. But what are hate incidents? I'm going to be doing some reading because I've got shit tons of notes that I didn't condense into bullet points because we had to sit on the couch talking about paintball and coffee and previous jobs that we've had. Pro as fuck. So, the police and Crown Prosecution have agreed a common definition of hate incidents. They say something is a hate incident if the victim or anyone else think it was motivated by hostility or prejudice based on one of the following things. The victim or anyone else think it was motivated by hostility. Anyone. So even if the victim says, no, fine. Someone else go, well, I think it was quite hateful. So it's based on the following things: disability, race, religion, transgender identity, sexual orientation. Not sex. Wonder why that is. Why would trans women be protected but not women? Because, I mean, women make up half the population, but they're the most marginalised people on earth. They always tend to be women, as in females. I can't for the life of me think that one is. I mean, unless, it was men that made these rules for other men. Just saying, So this means that if you believe something is a hate incident, it should be recorded as such.
I'm telling you, Hayden, they all called me a nart last time. We should just spend every day reporting each other constantly.
Absolutely.
Until it implodes.
By the way, that is the only way to deal with this. Basically, DOS the system. You just DDoS the system completely with reports. But anyway, this means if you believe something is a hate incident, it should be recorded as such by the person you're reporting it to. All police forces record hate incidents based on these 5 personal characteristics. Anyone can be the victim of a hate incident. For example, you may have been targeted because someone thought you were gay, even though you're not, or because you have a disabled child. So if someone says you are a gay and you're not, you can still decide that it was a hate incident because they thought you were gay. And if you were, you would have been very upset. But if you're not, you wouldn't really, but you might as well report them to the police for a hate incident. Who needs a constitution when we have these levels of freedom? I do not know. By the way, you know when people say the UK needs a written constitution? Yeah? Has anyone stopped to think who'd be fucking writing that? Because it wouldn't be the founding fathers of America. No, be a load of blue-haired fucking wankers. So, some police forces also record hate incidents based on other personal characteristics such as age. So all you blue-haired, willy-waving ladies on Twitter that called me an old bigot, you should watch out. It might be a hate incident. A bit like that trans woman who threatened TERFs with an airsoft rifle on Twitter, and I felt morally obliged to not report them, but to point out publicly that threatening someone with an airsoft rifle is still a firearms offence. Just saying. Apparently it's been reported.
I know someone that's got time for that, real time. Serious.
Well, yeah, you can do it if you point an air pistol at someone. It's a firearms offence. The majority of firearms offences in the UK do not involve firearms. Use imitation firearms or air guns or airsoft. So, Greater Manchester Police. Oh, this is beautiful. I must check my record. Because Greater Manchester Police now recognises alternative subculture hate incidents. These are incidents based on someone's appearance and include goths, emos, punks, and other similar groups. This means they will record any such incident as a hate incident. We're fucked. Oh my God, he said I look pale and disinteresting. Hate incident. Fucking goths. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, you can't carry on working at a school now.
You dissed a fucking emo. Fucking hell.
That's gulags, isn't it now? Gulags. If upsetting an emo is a hate crime, we're all done.
Well, yeah, because they're permanently fucking upset.
Yeah, of course they are. You literally just look at them, and that's it.
Emos, man the fuck up. Just grow a pair of fucking balls or labia or whatever. I don't fucking care. Just get with the program. Punks. Punk died in the 70s. He's gone. Some people held on till the 90s till the spikes fell out. A load of glue-sniffing arseholes that fucking stank. It's gone. Green Day aren't punk. Your Green Day t-shirt does not make you a punk. I bet you don't even have a little load of spots around your mouth from sniffing glue, you fucking posers. Jesus Christ. I didn't read that before. Oh, that's tickled me, that.
Good point from Carol there, though. Why isn't saying gammon a hate crime? Like, literally, by the very definition.
Oh, it should be. It should be, but it's all right to hate, because we'll get around to that later, you see, because you can justify hate against, for example, people such as me. I'm a terrible, apparently right-wing, which really makes me laugh because, Graham, you know me.
Yeah, you are a dirty fucking socialist.
I am definitely not right. I'm a million miles from right-wing.
How much of a socialist you are regularly disgusts me, like, to my core. So if someone calls you right-wing, I'm just like, oh my God, no.
Saying gammon should be a hate crime, actually. I'd quite like to report people. How dare you? I'm not even that red today. I've been on my tablets. My blood pressure's doing okay. So, hate incidents. Here are some examples of how you commit. I'm spending far longer on this than I wanted. Verbal abuse like name-calling and offensive jokes. Harassment. Bullying or intimidation by children, adults, neighbours. Children! Fucking... Oh, that child has upset me. Fucking hell. You fucking losers. You weak, pathetic fucking losers.
I had a kid in here earlier, you know, because it's half term. Someone brought the kid in, and I was like, "Hey, come in here." I couldn't help it.
I bet you were, yeah.
I literally, I was like,
"You've got to take this somewhere worse every time."
No, I was out there, and I just straight away, because she looked dead nervous. I went, "Do you know what I do in there?" I couldn't help it. I went, "I make YouTube videos. You want to see?" And she followed me.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm just checking pedos unprotected on this fucking list. Yeah, bullying or intimidation by children. How weak do you have to be to report a child to the police for upsetting you? Hoax calls, abusive phone or text messages, and hate mail. I thought we had laws against this shit already. Threats of violence. That's not a hate incident, it's a threat of violence. Online abuse, for example, on Facebook or Twitter. I'm glad they gave examples of online. Displaying or circulating discriminatory literature or posters. Harm or damage to things such as your home, pet, or vehicle. Home, pet, or vehicle?
That's already a crime.
These are already bad things. If you damage someone's pet, it doesn't matter whether you did it because you don't like their colour or sexuality. You should be put away for damaging their pet. Did they really have to say that? Why do you need to say that? Don't stab dogs. No one should need to be told that.
But it was a black-owned dog, Governor.
Oh, well, that's far worse.
What else could I do?
I bet that meant a lot to the dog.
You can't do that anymore. You can't stab black-owned dogs. What's
the world coming
I
to?
know. Can't even go outside anymore, Hayden. It's fucking ridiculous.
Graffiti. This one's good. Arson. I'm going to go on the level here and say any arson that affects somebody is pretty fucking hateful, regardless of anything else. You know, I mean, obviously, there are different types of arson. There's the arson that maybe gets you a few more bob than the compulsory purchase order from the council that allegedly has happened, and we know it happens. Throwing rubbish into a garden is a hate crime. I thought in Salford they call that tidying up. Well, you're from a shithole, get over it. My show, my rules. I've lived there. There is no nice part of Salford.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. He's on his bit now.
Malicious complaints, for example, over parking, smells or noise. These are hate incidents. So the next level, so I enjoyed that far too much. I spent far too long. I've got so much to cover here. It goes to hate crimes. Now, here are examples of hate crimes. Assaults, criminal damage, harassment, murder. There's murder, and then there's really bad murder.
Finally, they're doing something about murder, Hayden. Finally.
It's about time.
Honestly.
Because murder is usually a love crime. Sexual assault, theft, fraud, burglary, hate mail under the Malicious Communications Act. Please keep the Malicious Communications Act in mind. And causing harassment, alarm or distress under the Public Order Act of 1986. It means that the sentence for any crime, any actual crime, will be increased if deemed to be motivated by hate. There are many reasons this is mental. One of which is why not crimes against women? Again, you know, isn't that right? Is that fair? Aren't more women disproportionately victims of violent and hateful crime and abuse every year? You remember that message I read out there? There's millions of those on the internet. So, I need you to remember something very important. The act only has to be perceived as hate, not even by the victim. This is very important. Old joking aside about emos and fucking black people's dogs or whatever else. perceived as hate. Remember Count Dankula? Made a joke. Got done. It was perceived as hateful. Doesn't matter what his intention was. And of course things have just gotten worse in Scotland. With their hate crime bill and all that sort of nonsense. It's gone crazy up there. It's now the European Canada. It's sensationally bad.